Now more than ever, people are flocking to our waterways and lakes for some quality time outdoors. For those of you new to kayaking, we're here at Fellows Lake to share some helpful advice.
Before you go out into the water, you're going to want to dress in appropriate clothes. For your feet, skip the socks and wear the water shoes. You might be fine with open-toed sandals, especially if you're floating in an area with a sandy bottom. But it is pretty rocky in Missouri's waterways, so you're going to want to have closed-toed shoes to provide yourself more protection. Sun protection is important, so we recommend wearing a UPF top. Quick dry material is a great feature for your shirt. Swim trunks, quick dry pants, and quick dry shorts are all great options for your legs. We recommend you wear a hat and sunglasses to protect yourself from the sun. A neck gaiter or hooded shirt can also provide good sun protection for your neck. If you burn easily, it might be good to consider foot and hand protection as well. Such padded gloves, which can also protect against blisters and scuba socks. Most of us kayak during the summer, but if you do go in the winter, dress for the water temperature rather than the air temperature, and wear plenty of layers. A kayaking dry suit is a great option. There are a few extra things to bring when kayaking. A dry bag. This is important for your phone, wallet, fishing license, etc. Plenty of water. You will get extra thirsty exerting energy and being out in the hot sun. Caffeinated beverages are not the best for hydrating yourself. Sports drinks provide electrolytes, which might be beneficial, but plain water is always a good option. Whatever you bring to drink, make sure it is in metal or plastic bottles or can, not glass. Depending on how long you plan for being on the water, you might want something to eat. If you bring a cooler, make sure it is fully sealed and bring a container for trash as well. Littering is still illegal in water. A first aid kit. You will want to keep this in your dry bag. It is a good idea to bring some chapstick. The windy weather can really chafe your lips, plus chapstick with SPF can provide additional sun protection. Extra sunscreen is a good to have on hand, and bug spray can definitely handle. You are legally required to have a few things on hand as well. You must bring a white flashlight or lantern if you're going to be out between sunset and sunrise. You are required to have a loud noise-making device like a whistle with you on your kayak or canoe at all times. A Coast Guard approved personal location device is also legally required. Federal law requires that each person on board the kayak have a well-fitting wearable life jacket. The life jackets should be in good condition and easily accessible. Children under the age of 7 must wear their life jacket at all times when on board any vessel.
Sun safety. In addition to protecting yourself from sunburn, it is also important to hydrate yourself as well. Dehydration can sneak up on you. If you start feeling thirsty, dizzy, lightheaded, tired, or notice you have dry mouth, lips, or eyes, these are warning signs to up your fluid intake as much as possible and take some time to cool off. Pay attention to the early signs of dehydration before it progresses into a medical emergency.
Kayaks. Now that we have talked about how to prepare, let's talk about kayaks. Kayaks can be divided into two main groups, sit on top and sit in. Sit-in kayaks can be better for paddling long distance and through rough waters. They have better maneuverability and also provide some amount of water and sun protection. For your legs, depending on the type of sit-in kayaks, there is often still enough room for a child or dog to float with you. Sit-on-top kayaks tend to be very stable. It's easier to get in and out of them, making them greater for fishing. There is no feeling of confinement, which is kind of advantageous to those with claustrophobia. They are also unsinkable and self-bailing. In other words, the small holes in the bottom or the scoopers allow water to drain in and out of them. Ultimately, which kayak is better depends on the personal preference and how we want to use it. The main parts of a kayak are the stern, the deck, the seat, the cockpit, the bow, the footrests, and the handles. Paddles generally need to be purchased separately. When purchasing paddles, remember to take into account the height of the paddler and whether the kayak is to sit on top or sit in. Sit on tops often need larger paddles.
Other safety considerations before you float. Be sure to check the conditions. Check the weather. What is the air temperature? What is the water temperature? Are there any storms in the forecast? Check the water level. If the water level is too high, kayaking can be dangerous. Check the wind speed. If the wind is too high, the kayak may flip or be pushed further out to shore. Avoid kayaking in extreme conditions. Kayak close to shore so you're always in plain sight. Stay away from areas with lots of speedboats or jet skis. The currents in heavily trafficked areas can make kayaking difficult or even dangerous. It is safest to kayak in groups, so make sure to come with a buddy. Know the wildlife. In Missouri waterways, you will mainly need to take precautions against insects. A good insect repellent is recommended. And venomous snakes. Cottonmouths, rattlesnakes, and copperheads are venomous snakes that could be seen in Missouri waterways. Snakes occasionally fall out of tree branches into boats, so try to avoid kayaking under any low-hanging limbs. If a venomous snake seems to be following you, you can use your paddle to smack the water near it, which should deter it. If it still doesn't work, try to leave the area. Snapping turtles also live in Missouri waterways, but as long as you aren't pestering them, they generally aren't a cause for concern. It is best to treat any wildlife you come across with respect and keep your hands to yourself.
What to do if your kayak flips. If your kayak flips, stay calm. Position your body in the middle of your kayak and reach over to grab onto the other side. Pull the kayak away, pull the kayak towards you. Once your kayak is upright, you'll have to reach across from the opposite side of it and simply pull yourself up. Once you get the hang of it, kayaking isn't difficult, and it's a great way to get some exercise and
Now it's your turn. Go have fun on the water. Yeah!